All right, everybody, welcome back. We're diving deep today
Great.
into AI frontiers.
Frontiers, yeah, some really fascinating stuff happening.
And really, really interesting developments.
hmm
As always, we're going to kind of take a look at the research that's happening, and also some of the ethical implications of this research.
Absolutely. Always important to consider those.
Okay, so let's jump right in, shall we? We're going to talk about a few things.
hmm
MIT has got some incredible research going on with memory-inspired neural networks.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. AI in agriculture, which is, a huge field right now.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Well played. And then we'll talk about TensorFlow's quantum computing update.
I know a lot of people are excited about that one.
Yeah, quantum computing. That's like I don't know. It feels like it's right on the edge of science fiction.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's becoming more and more real every day.
Right. And then we'll wrap up by talking about AI surveillance ethics, which is, it's an evolving conversation, right?
Always evolving. Always important.
So MIT's memory-inspired neural networks.
hmm
So neural networks based on the human brain. What does that even mean?
Well, it's fascinating. Traditional neural networks, they're really good at processing information, but they have this problem.
What's that?
They're not great at remembering, like holding on to information over time
Yeah.
and connecting the dots.
Right, like long-term learning. We're always trying to get AI to be more like the human brain.
Exactly. And that's where this research comes in. So the team at MIT, they took inspiration from the hippocampus.
The hippocampus.
Yeah, it's the part of our brains that's responsible for memory formation.
Okay.
And they essentially modeled their neural networks after it,
Hmm.
trying to mimic the way our brains store and retrieve information.
I see. So they're trying to create an AI that can actually remember its past experiences.
Yeah. And not just remember them passively, but actually use those memories to learn and adapt, just like we do.
That's wild. So how is that different than what we have now? I mean, what can these new networks do that traditional ones can't?
Okay, think about it this way. Imagine you're trying to learn a new language, but you can only hear one word at a time. No sentences, no context.
That would be impossible.
Right. That's kind of how traditional neural networks work. But with these new memory-inspired networks, it's like giving the AI a whole book to read. They can see the bigger picture, understand the nuances,
Yeah.
and build on their knowledge over time.
It's almost like giving them a sense of history, like a personal history, they can draw from.
Yeah, and that could revolutionize the way AI learns and solves complex problems.
So we're talking AI that can diagnose diseases more accurately because it remembers your entire medical history.
Yeah.
Or personalize your education because it knows how you learn best.
Right, exactly. The potential applications are really endless.
Okay, so that's amazing. Let's shift gears here. AI in agriculture.
Oh, yeah. This is one that's close to my heart, Food security is such a vital issue.
It is. It is. And I think a lot of people, when they think about AI in agriculture, they kind of envision like robot farmers out in the field.
Yeah. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting closer.
Yeah. So what's actually happening then?
AI is being used to analyze just tons of data. I mean, massive amounts of data related to soil conditions, weather patterns, crop health.
That's right. I've heard about sensors being used.
Yeah, all sorts of sensors. And all that data gets fed into AI systems that can help farmers optimize, well, pretty much everything.
So it's like AI is becoming the farmer's new best friend, huh?
It's kind of like that. I mean, it's giving them insights that would have been impossible to get before.
So we're talking about increased yields, less waste, less environmental impact.
Absolutely. And that's huge, especially as we're facing climate change and a growing global population.
But what about accessibility? I mean, can smaller farms actually benefit from this technology, or is it just for the big guys?
That's a crucial question. And to be honest, it's a real concern. We have to make sure that this technology is available to everyone, not just large corporations. Otherwise, it could actually widen the gap between the haves and have-nots in agriculture.
Yeah, no, that's such a crucial point. Okay, how about something completely mind-bending, shall we? Let's talk about TensorFlow's quantum computing update.
I know, quantum computing, it's like we're stepping into the future.
It is, and I got to be honest, I don't really get it. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, I know it's super powerful, but how does it even work?
Yeah.
And then what does TensorFlow have to do with it?
Okay, well, let's try to break it down. Imagine you have to find the best route through a maze. But this maze has millions of paths.
My head hurts already.
Right. So a classical computer, like the one you and I are using right now, it would have to try each path one by one.
Oh, that would take forever.
Exactly. But a quantum computer, it can explore all the paths simultaneously.
Simultaneously. But how is that even possible?
It's because of the crazy world of quantum mechanics. The rules are different down there. And quantum computers take advantage of those rules. They can be in multiple states at once, so they can do multiple calculations at the same time.
Okay, so like super multitasking.
Yeah,
Got it.
something like that.
And what's TensorFlow's role in all of this?
So TensorFlow is a tool that a lot of AI developers use. And this update they've released essentially allows AI researchers to tap into the power of quantum computing. So it's like opening up a whole new world of possibilities for AI development.
So are we going to see quantum AI on our phones anytime soon?
Probably not in the immediate future. Quantum computing is still pretty early stage. The hardware is expensive and it's not very stable. But this update is definitely a big step towards making this technology more accessible and practical.
Okay, I think my brain needs a break from quantum mechanics.
Mhm.
Let's talk about something a little less, mind-bending, but still really important. AI surveillance ethics.
Right. AI surveillance is something that's, rapidly becoming more common, and it raises some really tough questions.
Well, yeah, I mean, on the one hand, it feels like it could be used for good, right? Like preventing crime, keeping people safe. But
Yeah.
then there's the whole privacy issue.
Exactly. It's a very complex issue, and it's a balance between security and privacy.
So how do we find that balance?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. We have to have open and honest conversations about it. As a society, we need to decide what level of surveillance we're comfortable with and what safeguards we need to put in place to prevent abuse.
That's a really great point. And, I think it's something that everyone needs to be thinking about, not just the people developing the technology, but all of us.
Exactly, because it's going to affect all of us.
Well, this has been a fascinating conversation. And as always, we want to hear from you, our listeners. What are your thoughts on AI surveillance ethics? Share your comments below, follow us at AI for the People for daily updates, and subscribe for more deep dives like this. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.